Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, welcome to Bygone Battle Reviews, the randomly released show where I, Capcirus, Mr. Bandana Scarf Stick Figure himself, talk about the death battle episodes that released before I started doing YouTube as an actual job/hobby. And welcome to Deadpool month, where for this July only, I will be talking about all of Deadpool's episodes in Death Battle. Yeah, I know I'm limiting my options here, but Deadpool and Wolverine comes out on the 26th, and my sister's birthday is on the 21st, so I wanted to kill two birds with one stone and make this special birthday/Deadpool video. Happy birthday, sis. I miss you a lot. I hope you have a great day. Oh yeah, happy birthday, sis. I hope you enjoyed this present. It was a lot cheaper than just buying you something and sending it to you. Oh no. Please don't tell me this is what we're doing. Oh yeah! It's me, Deadpool. God damn it, it was you who ruined my thumbnail! Yep. Come on, Cap. You can't talk about Deadpool without having the real Deadpool to discuss these spectacular episodes with. Lighten up a little, man. First of all, don't call me Cap. Only my friends can call me Cap. Second of all, you're not the real Deadpool. You're just a PNG voiced by me. Leave the fourth wall jokes to me, my little bell pepper. Plus, don't you want to make this review feel a little more special by having a special guest in the form of yours truly? Do something special. It is your sister's birthday after all. Okay, fine. You can tag along. But I promise you, I will kill you by the end of this video. Good luck trying. Anyway, with that out of the way, let's get into me month and review every episode of Death Battle that I have been on. Excluding Thanos vs. Darkseid, Ghost Rider vs. Lobo, and Macho Man Randy Savage vs. the Kool-Aid Man. Hey, if we're gonna do this, leave the introductions to each episode to me. Fine. Thank you. What he said. Starting with... Really? I had to make a Bill Ward's reference somewhere. You already did when you graffitied my thumbnail, prick. Semantics. Anyway, I think we're all in agreement that this episode by far is Deadpool's best episode on Death Battle. And a lot of that is thanks to the writing of this episode. Deadpool's analysis is filled to the brim with jokes that are just as funny now as they were back in the day. And his fourth wall-breaking escapades in this episode are great and genuinely surprised me when I first watched this episode. I love the way he plays off Whiz and Boomstick. Yep, good old Whiz and Boomstick. If only I could go back to tormenting them at completely random intervals. Oh well, at least I got sloppy seconds over here. Hey, frick you, man, I'm no one sloppy seconds. Yeah, okay, Vernius, next time use some big boy words. Party Crashers jokes are my thing. Okay, don't worry. I won't do it anymore. But you have to promise not to make any more fourth wall jokes. Deal. Slay's analysis is... I'm gonna hate myself for saying this, considering he's gonna use it as ammunition. Not as good as Deadpool's, but it's still pretty good. I think it covers his backstory very well, and I like the push-up joke. That's actually pretty funny. Plus, I think the comparisons between Slade and Captain America was also pretty funny, as was the "does he steal cars" line. Plus, Certified Loverboy over here actually does have just as funny jokes. Like the seeing faster thing, only for Boomy to respond with putting him and Captain America in a staring contest. As a certified comedic genius, that's pretty good. When did you become a reviewer? Well, you do it, so it must be easy. Well, both analyses are great. But what really makes this episode great is the fight. Now, this animation does have its issues, like the one moment when the sound just decides to kill you with how loud it is, or Deathstroke's head still being attached to his body when he's decapitated, or that god-awful fake-out followed by said head phasing out of reality. Oh, come on, those are just nitpicks. Yeah, but you just decided to come in uninvited, so I'm counting them as negatives. In all seriousness, though, this animation is great. Yeah, it has dated in the visuals department, but you know what? So has Goku vs. Superman 1, and Tony vs. Lex, and Godzilla vs. Gamera. And those episodes are still really good. The choreography in the fight is also really good, and it's complemented very nicely by the voice acting of Takahata 101 and Jason Marnoka as Deadpool and Deathstroke, respectively. I especially love the dance fight. This is just such a Deadpool thing to do, I can't help but love it. Fun fact, Torian animated this when he was drunk, which makes this even better in my opinion. I think even a guy who has never touched alcohol in his life can respect that, hey, Capcirus? I've had beer. What? Aren't you underage? In America, yeah, but not in Scotland. I had a beer with my old man on my 18th birthday. Okay, then. But yeah, Deadpool is right. Torian being drunk while animating that is hilarious. As is the flaming semi-truck bit. Really good Chekhov's gun right there. Man, I could just watch this episode for hours. Overall, it's still really good and holds up to this day. 8 out of 10. Personally, I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. A score fitting for an episode featuring me in it. You won't be saying that when we tackle the next episode. Did it cut away yet? I can't tell if it cut. This episode is fine, I guess. It's not overtly offensive or demeans the characters in a big way like Goku vs. Superman 2, but it just kind of exists in this perpetual state of, hey, I remember that, and nothing else. How dare you say that about my best friend? I didn't. In fact, Pinkie's analysis is probably the best part of this episode. I love how the hosts lose their minds about how mind-bendingly OP Pinkie is. And the MLP bashing is practically non-existent in this episode, which shocked me on a rewatch, because I thought it stopped when the episode I don't talk about anymore happened. The only thing I can really say I didn't like that much was the fourth wall stuff. And even then, it's not that bad, so shoot, I was not expecting this analysis to be that good. While I respect you praising the work of one Pinkamena Diane Pie, you're forgetting about someone. Oh, I didn't forget. It's just your analysis isn't as good. I mean, there are some things I like. The Amazing Spider-Man joke is hilarious, as is Whiz with Prep Time. Death Battle Whiz with Prep Time solo's your favorite verse. But a lot of the rundown is just going over the same things without doing anything new. It's just a little boring. I mean, it's not bad. I just wish there was a little more variety. If it makes you feel better, this rundown had a funnier joke than your first episode's rundown. The fight is also not that bad. I mean, for a season finale, it is a little disappointing. But it's still not the worst season finale I've ever seen. But if this was a standalone episode, I could see this being an okay episode. I mean, the sprite rigging is some of the best in the entire show. That's one thing I will always praise Season 3 on. Not to mention the humor is comedic genius. In the first half, yeah. Deadpool's little shame on you at the beginning is funny. And so is the self-censoring when he notices the TVY7 thing at the top. That's a genuinely funny visual gag. Plus, the actual fighting is really creative, with them fighting over and interacting with the borders, and Deadpool using the like bar as a like saber. That's great too. But then after that, it just gets a little boring again. Like, the idea of them going into other episodes is a cool concept. But they don't do a lot with it. Especially with it being a season finale. I wish this episode had more time put into it, because it can genuinely be really good if it tried. And you know what? That ending is sweet, and I think it plays into Pinkie's trait very well. Overall, I give it a 6 out of 10. It's not bad. Yeah, even I have to admit that this episode isn't as good as the first one. But I'm giving it a 9 out of 10 for my precious pink pony bestie. And with that, we have reached the final episode on this journey. Ah, yes. The episode that brought millions to tears with its emotional maturity. You mean the same episode that has this? Penis metaphor! Alright, no one's perfect. That's the understatement of the century. Deadpool vs. the Mask is... well, I'm not sure how to describe it. Look, once again, it's not a bad episode, but it has the same problem as Deadpool vs. Pinkie Pie, where there is practically nothing new to discuss with Deadpool. Like, they've brought up his relationship with Death in all 3 episodes, and his Thanos curse in 2 of them. The only thing new they cover is the continuity gem, and even then, this is the 2nd time it's been mentioned. The only new thing they do is dog on Deadpool and the cutaway gags, and it's pretty much the best thing in this analysis. It's genuinely funny. But outside of that, nothing. Even the fourth wall jokes aren't that funny. They're just there for the sake of being there at this point. Okay, Captain Buzzkill, how's about we move on to Zoom Man's analysis then? Gladly. The Mask's analysis is honestly way better. I like the Toon Force explanation, even if punching Pinkie Pie was really unnecessary, but outside of that, it's basic stuff. Hell, the Mask doesn't even get to interact with the hosts at all, which is honestly a bit of a bummer. Wait, then how is his better than mine? Are you just being biased right now? Typical Death Battle viewer, am I right? You want to know why I think his is better than yours? Because at least it's covering something new. Like, it may be basic, but it's still a lot more entertaining than the schlock you've been giving us for these last 2 episodes. I mean, there surely must have been something new to talk about in this episode. There is no way you haven't been that stagnant in the comics for there to be nothing new to discuss. At least with the Mask, I can see that there is an interesting analysis beginning to blossom, but with Deadpool's, there is nothing new. Speaking of, the animation has the same format as Deadpool vs. Pinkie Pie. It's just fights, fourth wall shenanigans, climax, but it's better? Huh? Yeah, not only is the animation much cleaner, most likely due to Season 6's higher budget, but also the actual fighting is much better, and the fourth wall shenanigans are actually kind of funny. With the exception of DP bathwater and air horns. Like, could have done without that. Although, side note, I literally just noticed while rewatching the animation last night, Deadpool's name is Noobmaster69, which makes me think that he was the one trolling Thor in Endgame, which is just infinitely funnier to me than what they did. So, make of that what you will. But the expression work on both Deadpool and especially the Mask is phenomenal. As is the voice acting on both ends. Plus, this fight makes fun of Yang vs. Tifa, and any fight that does that is an instantly 10 out of 10 for me. The only thing I don't really like is the final song number by Deadpool. It feels like a forced attempt at making a big emotional moment. But you know what? The final fight set to Cuban Pete goes hard.
Who's next?
Well, if all goes right, should be Beetlejuice. And then, the worst part ever happens. You're just saying that because you lost. I'm not talking about that. How much of an egotist do you think I am? I'm talking about the post-analysis. I mean, really? You couldn't even keep me dead? That is such a cowardly thing to do. I liked the letter that I wrote, and the fact that the 2 hosts were so distraught over the fact I lost. But come on, have some backbone. Huh. I wasn't expecting that from you of all people. But yeah, Deadpool has a point. It kind of feels like this was done as a way to make Marvel fans not as pissed off at them. But overall, this episode isn't bad. I'd give it at most a 7 out of 10. Well, no one cares what you think, which is why I'm going to give this one another 9 out of 10. And that's a wrap. Every single Deadpool Death Battle episode reviewed for Deadpool months. Now I'm just gonna sit here and patiently wait for Deadpool and Wolverine to come out. Aren't you forgetting something? Nope. You said you would kill me by the end of the video. Guess you finally figured out that I will never be killed by someone like you. Oh, I know you can't die by any conventional means. But you're forgetting one eensy-weensy, itty-bitty, little but ever so crucial detail. And what would that be? I'm the editor of this very video. Which means I can do this. Behold! I cast Thunder Spell! Witness your annihilation! No! You can't do this to me! I can't die like this! I won't go the way of the Sonyverse! Besides Venom! Oh, quit your whining. You've got a third movie coming out. I said no more fourth wall jokes. Anyway, what did you think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. And if there are any episodes you want to see me review in the future, comment them down below as well. And while you're at it, hit that like button as well as that subscribe button. And share the videos around. It helps me get viewership. Ring the bell if you want to see any more of my videos in the future. Follow me on my socials in the description for updates. Also, I just want to wish my sister a very happy birthday. I love you. I love you very much. I hope you have a great day. I'm very sorry I actually couldn't buy anything for you, so I hope me buying my time to make this video was worth it. Anyway, you're the best sister on the damn planet. I love you. With that in mind, I'll see you later, Cap Nation. Bye-bye! Wait, if he was Deadpool, then why was he so annoying? I thought Deadpool stories were supposed to be more depressing than anything else, which led to the contrast of him being super goofy and silly.